So we are also getting some leveling changes with Dragonflight, and I'm like curious what those leveling changes are. I'm pretty sure they're going to make it even more alt friendly. In the past we saw Blizzard do some changes that makes alt leveling even more friendly. So let's see what those are.
Hello there and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about leveling, and more specifically we're going to talk
Exiles
about
Reach.
leveling in Dragonflight, the upcoming expansion for World of Warcraft, and all of the changes that are coming along with that in the pre-patch for Dragonflight and of course the Dragonflight expansion itself. But before we jump into all of that, I just want to shout out my Twitch, twitch.tv/MrGM. I'm going to see me streaming World of Warcraft, patch 9.2 PTR, 10.0 Alpha Beta, Wrath Beta, any sort of World of Warcraft. I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM. every single day. Right, okay, so leveling in Dragonflight is going to have some pretty major changes. Not as major as the changes that came in Shadowlands with Chromie Time and things like that, but there is going to be some pretty major changes, especially for new players of World of Warcraft, and especially with the kind of dynamic of leveling and how you learn skills and things like that. So first, let's talk about the new player experience. So if a brand new player creates a World of Warcraft account for the very first time, their leveling path will actually be kind of surprising. So a new player will jump into Exile's Reach from levels 1 to 10 once they've completed their Exile's Reach experience.
Wait a second, so we no longer can pick the other one, like the race starting zone? Like, I have to be honest, when I'm like leveling up alts, I'm never picking Exile's Reach. Like, when I made a Forsaken Rogue, I started in freaking Death Knell in Tier 4. When I made an Orc, I started in freaking Durotar. So, yeah, that's weird. So now we can only start Exile's Reach or what? Yeah, that's going to be a bit weird, and excuse me. And yeah, if you guys are new to this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content, and I'm not sure if I like this change.
Reach from levels 1 to 10, once they've completed their Exile's Reach experience, they actually won't go to Shadowlands, they'll actually go to Battle for Azeroth until level 60. So they'll level in Kul Tiras or Zandalar, and then obviously once they hit level 60, they can head off to the Dragon Isles and do the Dragonflight content, as the new level cap in Dragonflight is going to be level 70. So we're adding 10 more levels to the game in the new expansion. Now,
that's interesting, guys. I wonder why they chose Battle for Azeroth and not something like Cataclysm or so. Like, why Battle for Azeroth? Because, like, lore-wise, there's some connection. You know what? Maybe the events that happen in Battle for Azeroth are connected with the events of Dragonflight somehow. Because why else would they pick this one, right? They could have picked anything. They could have picked freaking Cataclysm. They could have picked Legion. But they could have picked Shadowlands even. But why they picked Battle for Azeroth? So that's interesting, like why they picked that. There must be some lore connection or some story, like in general connection between those two.
Now, for existing players, you will still have that beginning choice of going to Exile's Reach or the starting area. And once you hit level 10, I would imagine the natural progression would be Battle for Azeroth content, but obviously you can do Chromie Time if you like from level 10 to level 60 now, and that will be all of the expansions available, including Shadowlands now. So Shadowlands will be joining the Chromie Time library in Dragonflight from the pre-patch, so you can level in the Shadowlands from level 10 to 60 if you like, and then obviously at 60 to 70 you can do the Dragon Isles content of Dragonflight.
I'm excited for it.
As I mentioned, the level 60 to 70 content is on the Dragon Isles, and the Dragon Isles consists of 4 leveling zones for 60 to 70, and the Forbidden Reach, which is the brand new starting zone for the Drakthir Evoker. Now, on the Dragon Isles, you have the first zone, which is the Waking Shores. You then have the Onaran Plains, the Azura Span, and Thal Drasus. Now, we're not really sure of the order of
my favorite zone is probably the... Wait, that's the one that looks the most like... Yeah, that's the one, right? With the pine forest. Onaran Plains. I like this one because it looks like the one zone in Wrath of the Lich King, like Grizzly Hills. Like, I loved Grizzly Hills.
Plains, the Azura Span, and Thal Drasus. Now, we're not really sure of the order of these zones, so we actually didn't even get an image of the map of the Dragon Isles, but obviously once we hit Alpha and we can finally start looking into these things, we'll have a better understanding of the flow of leveling, but it is a linear experience the first time around, similar to Shadowlands. Now, it does sound like from interviews and things like that, that Threads of Fate will be returning in Dragonflight. So once you have that first character leveled through the Dragon Isles, you'll probably be able to skip all of the story content and just level through bonus objectives, world quests, quests and side quests, just like you do right now in Shadowlands with Threads of Fate. We're not sure if they have any plans to extend or change Threads of Fate as of right now, but it does look like they are looking to put it back into the game for 10.0. Now, one of the biggest changes you'll find with leveling in Dragonflight and 10.0 pre-patch is the addition of talent points. Talent points are returning in Dragonflight, and you'll
Whoa,
have
whoa, 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 hold up. Ah, shit, okay, we can't get closer. But, so, those are the new models for those centaurs. Wow. Like, if they have such nice models, they could even become a playable race or something. Holy shit, that looks actually interesting. Wait, will those in the Barons also look different then? I wonder if they get like a reskin in the Barons too, because they have like new models now for the centaurs. They look like freaking blood elves now mixed with horses or something. Like, if you look at this guy, I mean, he's maybe not so clearly visible here, but he looks sort of like a freaking blood elf on top and a horse at the bottom.
and you'll have these brand new talent trees for your characters as you level up your characters all the way to 70.
I like
Talent
this new
points start
system.
becoming available at level 10, and that is when you choose your specialization. So, you know, if you're a warrior, you'll choose Fury, Arms, Protection, etc., and that's how that works at level 10. Similar to how it works right now in Shadowlands. Now, as you level up from level 10, you'll gain a new talent point every single level. As mentioned, there are two talent trees. So you have the class talent tree, and then the specialization talent tree. And
I wonder what builds will be like for endgame content.
So one level, you get a point for your class tree, and then the next level, you get a point for your specialization tree. So once you hit level 60, or if you are already level 60 in the pre-patch, you'll have 51 talent points to spend, with 26 in your class and 25 in your spec tree. And once you hit the maximum level of level 70 in Dragonflight, you'll have a total of 61 points to spend, with 31 in your class tree and 30 in your spec tree. And these can be kind of juggled around and moved very easily. There's a lot of freedom in play. There's even the option to create like loadouts and things like that. It is very cool. And obviously once we get our hands on it on the alpha, I'll be making...
One thing I'm like wondering now, so because you can pick some healing talents and stuff as well on certain DPS specs, same with like tank specs. What if the new meta will be that tanks must be support healers, and maybe like healers are now maybe having more DPS options or something? I'm like wondering if in the future, when like Dragonflight comes, how team combos will be like. Do they want a tank that can also support heal, like help the healer and make the healer more DPS focused, or what? Because if you look at those skill points and stuff, like let's say you are balanced druid, for example, like yeah, here you have your balance talents, but you have also the druid points, and they're like also, you see this healing tree kind of thingy here, how you have like here this and this. So I'm like curious on that, if you can play some sort of hybrid builds now where you are, for example, let's say 70% tank and 30% healer, for example, or you're on, let's say, a healer and you can go more into the DPS direction with those. But that is actually fun, because I think hybrid kind of builds are really fun. I love to play hybrids in MMOs whenever I can. That's probably also why I'm really having a lot of fun on classes that somehow feel like hybrids, like Death Knight. I really have fun playing that, and Retribution Paladin, for example. Like, yeah, I find this very interesting.
Making more specific videos on talent points and how the new system works, but it does look very fun, and I can't wait to play around with some of these class and spec trees once we get into the alpha testing. Now, regular spells do also get...
I'm correct, guys. Like, we just see this, like, that's easy to guess, actually. So what did I say about like going 30% more into DPS or something? Like here, if you're on a Resto Druid, that's your Resto Druid tree. But look at here and how the points are spread. This is like for your feral form basically, and it seems like maybe a bleed damage increased by 10% if you pick this, or you have 2 charges or whatever, or 1 for free or something can proc. Then you have another dot here. So you can see already here there's like maybe some benefits for dealing side DPS or something as a healer. So I'm pretty sure the requirements are going to be a bit higher now for some players. What makes it interesting, but also like a bit more challenging, because now you have to be careful what kind of points you spend. Because maybe on certain, let's say M+ runs, you want to, in certain phases, help more as a healer with DPS by applying extra dots in, let's say, your feral form here, for example. This will be interesting.
to the alpha testing. Now, regular spells do also get learnt during this time, so from 1 to 10 you'll get kind of your base class abilities that you get like right now in Exile's Reach, for example, just some very basic spells to kind of get you going. Now, you will also learn some class specific spells as you level up, nothing really major, just kind of class flair, things like Pickpocket, Eyes of the Beast, Eagle Eye, things like that will be automatically learned to you as you level up, as they don't want you to waste talent points on random kind of fun
so
spells.
It's like it's right now,
overall,
basically.
the talent point system, it does sound like a really interesting system. The way
I
that
like
you create and customize your class as you level up, I think that's going to be a lot of fun for new players and existing players when leveling up from level 1 to 6.
And now we have here, this is the same like earlier, and now the person here chose to go the beer form route here with like what is it, like iron skin or what it's called, I forgot, but it makes you take less damage and stuff, right? So you can actually be a more tanky healer or more DPS focused healer now, from what I'm seeing here. But that's also interesting, because there might be like some, let's say, raids, for example, or M+ dungeons, where there are phases where everyone takes out of AoE damage or something, for example. So if you're not a healer, you can now become more tanky and not die and be still able to heal your team and stuff. Yo, that's interesting. So you can go a more risky route on a healer, where you deal more DPS, or you go a more safe route, where you're very tanky on a healer, so you can stay alive to heal everyone. Okay, that's very fascinating.
70. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That is kind of the major changes coming to leveling in Dragonflight and the Dragonflight pre-patch. If you know any other changes, obviously do let me know down in the comment section below. But I think we've covered pretty much everything, from new players to returning players, to
BFA.
Dragonflight leveling as well. And of course, talent points being a major part of the new leveling experience. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. Before I go, I'd like to give a massive shout out to amazing patrons, YouTube channel members, and Twitch subs. You guys are awesome. And if you'd like to support the channel in any of those ways, links are down below. So leave a like on this video, guys, if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. I've also got a partner Discord channel with over 3,000 members. And as I said, I'm now streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. You want to see me streaming World of Warcraft, patch 10.0 alpha beta, 9.2.5 PTR, Wrath of the Lich King, any sort of World of Warcraft content. I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.
That's interesting. Yeah, I'm like really wondering why they picked the BFA expansion for like the leveling experience. I'm pretty sure like a lot of stuff that we see in Dragonflight is based upon what happened in the BFA also. Like there's going to be definitely some sort of connection, I'm pretty much sure of it. And that with like the new talent trees, I really find this very fascinating. Like what was shown there with like the restoration druid, how you can go the beer form route and be like more tanky and stuff, right? So you can better survive certain phases in dungeon runs and still heal your team. Or you can go like the Pharaoh route, where you build up some extra dots on your targets while you heal everyone. That's fascinating. Like, I'm pretty sure there are going to be some really, really interesting builds, and it actually creates for more diversity. Like, you can take now certain more risks and be squishier, but have like more DPS, or you can decide, hey, I want to be a bit tankier and just stay focused on like clearing stuff, right? So probably people that want to like super speed run, they will go for the DPS kind of tree thingy, and those that are like a bit newer and just want to clear and stuff, they probably go for like the tanky route. Like, I can see that. Maybe there are some dungeons or raids where you actually must go the tanky route, because otherwise this is like maybe nearly impossible to stay alive as a healer or so. Interesting. But yeah, I also wonder how fast you level now, because now we get like to level 70 even, right? So yeah, I wonder how this will be with like the leveling, because we have 10 more levels. That means to level up must be a little bit faster, at least the first 40-50 levels, I guess. That's good for flying, guys. So if you're leveling an alt, you will have access to flying like immediately, unless they change that too and they say, oh, now flying is level 40, not level 30. Because currently you need to be level 30 on alt to unlock flying and level faster and fly around faster. Interesting. I do find those changes interesting. They're coming also with like leveling and what they've decided to line up with BFA in the middle. Like, I can't wait for Dragonflight. There are rumors that they actually plan to release Dragonflight in 2023, but Is that even possible to make a new expansion so fast in just a year? Like, I would expect it to launch in 2024. Or at least if it does launch 2023 around winter or so, probably. But let's see, let's see. I'm very excited for it. I think Dragonflight is going to be like really some fresh air for WoW. It's gonna be interesting because this time it's not a very complex story like in Shadowlands, where you're in the afterlife and they have like different zones there with different kind of places where the deceased are going. Now we have a lore about dragons, and I don't think it's that likely. I mean, yeah, you can still mess up with lore and story when it comes to like dragon stories, but it is less likely that they're gonna mess up this time like they did with like Shadowlands and make things so confusing. It's probably gonna be more simplified, this story, and I like that, because sometimes simple is better. That's just how it is. And yeah, guys, if you are new to this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. And we are also streaming on Twitch from time to time, so feel free to check us out there as well. And I wish everyone a wonderful day.